Hello everyone, I am King Mac, and welcome to the special presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger and some french fries, and a nice soft drink, and a tasty milkshake. Thank you all for watching, and now here is our feature presentation of TTBurger Game Reviews 200th episode on YouTube.
Hello, my friends! How are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. It is I, Tony, and we are back with more TTBurger Game Reviews here on YouTube. And today is the day where we finally have reached episode 200. And it's been a long time coming, but today's the day we finally reached the 200th episode. And I apologize for the long delay there for releasing this episode, just stuff with real life and work getting away and all that stuff, and stuff going on. But we are back, and we are here with the 200th episode. Before we get started here, I want to give a shout out to Freaking HD and Sub-Zero MX for King Mac. Keep up the good work, you guys are awesome. And I also want to give a shout out to everyone who supported this channel for the last 6 years. And if it weren't for you guys, this channel wouldn't be as big as today. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, because if it weren't for you guys, this channel wouldn't be as popular as today. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and you all did your best to support me, and I really appreciate it. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Now, getting to the 200th episode here, the hint that I had here for the 200th episode is that the title of the franchise had the word metal in it. Now, I was going to do Metal Gear Solid and stuff, but due to time constraints and everything like that, and with work and real life getting away, I had to scrap that and stuff. So I decided to do another franchise review that had the word metal in the title. And it's a car combat franchise that made the genre popular and stuff. And the answer that we got here is Twisted Metal. That's right, car combat battle action at its finest. And we're looking at this and stuff, so we got a laptop here, so here we go. Now, I've already reviewed vehicular combat games in the past, like the Vigilante franchise and Cyber Sled and stuff, but I never really looked at Twisted Metal, and today's that day. And this will be in 6 parts here. Part 1, we're going to look at Twisted Metal, 1995. Part 2, Twisted Metal 2, also known as Twisted Metal 2 World 2 or Twisted Metal X. And Part 3, Twisted Metal 3. Part 4, Twisted Metal 4. Part 5, Twisted Metal Black. And Part 6, Twisted Metal Head-On Extra Twisted Edition. Now, I know there's also Twisted Metal Small Brawl and Twisted Metal 2012, but I'll not be looking at those because Twisted Metal Small Brawl is a RC car vehicular combat game which I didn't really like them much. I had the game and I sold it. And Twisted Metal 2012, that game was just not very good. Only 3 characters, the controls were terrible and all that stuff. And I tried really hard to be like Twisted Metal Black, and it just failed flat out and stuff like that. For people who like these games, hey, I respect your opinion on stuff, but I didn't like those 2 games, so I'm scrapping them. But we have a lot to talk about here. Let's go back to November 5th, 1995, when Single Track was around making these games, and we're gonna start off with the original Twisted Metal, at least 1995, for the PlayStation, and the release date was November 5th, 1995. And now let's talk about this. Let's get started. Now, for the first game of the Twisted Metal franchise, it is great, and if it weren't for this game, the car combat genre wouldn't be as popular as it is today. Back in 1995, we did not know what to expect. We already had vehicular combat games like Namco Cyber Sled and all that stuff, where it was like sliding around with a sled-like tank to speed one opponent, stuff like that. But it was a new thing with cutting edge with actual cars and stuff like that, and for its time, this was considered one of the coolest things ever, like bread and butter and stuff like that. The original Twisted Metal released in 1995 has a few problems with it that need to be addressed. We can talk more about that later as we go on in this review. The story of the original Twisted Metal takes place on Christmas Eve in 2005 in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where the Twisted Metal contest is about to begin, hosted by a man with a burnt face and long hair called Calypso. The prize is, if you win, is one wish that your heart desires. Each contestant has their own wish/prize, like money, babes, wanting some valuable information, wanting to be reborn again or so, or wanting a bag, or just wanting whatever they want, start that. The story is told via still image with text scrolling up in it, and it's also the same with the endings too. I should mention that there were supposed to be FMV scenes used for the endings stuff like that, but they were scrapped at the last minute due to the two single track thinking that they were not very good and pretty graphic for its time, so what we got was a still with text scrolling up. The only way to view these lost FMV scenes is by purchasing Twisted Metal Head-On Extra Twisted Edition for the PlayStation 2. So let's get back on track here as we talk more about Twisted Metal. The presentation is good for its time, the graphics are good for a 1995 PlayStation game, but they have not aged all that well. Like while the character models and environments have detail to them, they just look blocky and kinda outdated. The frame rate is good even though there are some slowdowns here and there, but still for a game released in 1995, the graphics did do its job. For sound, I gotta say, with Twisted Metal, it's kick-ass rock music and car sounds. The kick-ass rock music definitely steals the show with the guitars and stuff like that. The car and engine sound effects are okay, could be better, but still nothing bad here. Getting into the gameplay, we have a fun kick-ass car combat action that popularized the genre, but compared to later entries in the Twisted Metal franchise, this game's problems really stand out, and it shows. For stars, like I said, this is a car combat genre where you pick a car, and you start the game where your goal is to defeat your opponents to advance to the next level, going all around the City of Angels and stuff. You destroy your opponents with your machine guns and other prowess you find in each level. Each vehicle has their own special weapon that comes in a variety of like missiles, electricity, or flinging some object at your opponents like that to kill them and stuff like that. There's a big variety to it for sure. There's also a variety in the characters too, where they range from characters like Scott Campbell, who drives a 1965 Corvette called Spectre, who is a ghost wanting to be alive again. You have Sweet Tooth, aka Needles Kang, who was the crazy clown ice cream truck serial killer, who was the mascot of the franchise, along with Darkseid, who's Mr. Ash, who wants a valuable island to take over the world. You got Mr. Grimm, who wants Calypso's soul, who he drives a motorcycle, he's like a Grim Reaper and stuff. Hammerhead is a monster truck, who the drivers want babes, women, all that stuff. Pit Viper wants money, and you got like Outlaw, who's driven by Sergeant Carl Roberts, wants to put an end to the Twisted Metal contest and all that stuff. You have Roadkill, who pretty much wants to go back in time to stop an event from happening, and you have Warthog, who's an army soldier and all that stuff, who drives this army Humvee and all that stuff and such. And you have like Crimson Fury, who's a secret agent trying to find a valuable piece of information, along with Yellow Jacket, who's a taxi driven by Charlie Kane, who wants to find his long lost son. And you have Thumper, who's driven by Bruce, who pretty much wants to look good for the hood and stuff like that, and kick with the homies in the crib and all that stuff and everything. And that's just basically what the contestants are. They each have their own purpose of being in the contest and all that stuff, and they'll do whatever they could to win. The controls in Twisted Metal are simple. This is one of the games where you use forward on the D-pad to move forward, and back on the D-pad to go back and stuff like that. And you pretty much go around the City of Angels, destroying your opponents, and you have background hazards like civilians with weapons who want to kill you, and you can destroy certain items in each level too, giving it a semi-free roam mode feel to it. You also have energy gates to refill your health too, but you must wait before using them each time because it'll take a little time for them to recharge up and get ready. There's a few of them scattered throughout the maps and everything, except for the first level, Arena Duel, because you're just fighting one opponent in like an arena and stuff like that. And I had fun with this game, just some mindless fun car combat action stuff to take out your frustration in the real world and everything like that. Definitely has its moments there, but now I got the negatives. The vehicles do not handle well. They handle like they are nice and slide all over the place. The controls, while good, can be stiff at the same and stuff, especially like the way you turn and everything. And while they're good, they could be better. For some reason, this time the pause button is the select button, not the start button. The start button changes the cameras when you press forward or back, so that changes the cameras like when you get a first-person view or far back camera and all that stuff. And there's not many modes, just two modes: single-player contest and two-player duel. There's no cooperative mode whatsoever, and you cannot change the camera in multiplayer. There's no save feature, only a password system, and the game can get pretty tough at times, especially with the final boss minion. So be sure you have the passwords so you can go back to this and stuff, but it's just a little nitpick though. But overall though, this game was fun. It definitely started a popular genre and stuff. We knew there was more to come. So final thoughts here: if you want to see how Twisted Metal started out and you want to see how it popular the car combat genre, Twisted Metal 1995 is the way to go for sure. I give Twisted Metal 1995 on the PlayStation an 8 out of 10 because of the problem it has, but still a great game overall. Especially if you can find it in the long box, it's definitely another way to go for sure. And that's it for part 1 of episode 200 of my Twisted Metal series review. Stay tuned for part 2. We're going to take a look at Twisted Metal 2, aka Twisted Metal 2 World Tour, or Twisted Metal 2X. How does this game get compared from its predecessor? Find out next. That's all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace out. Have a good day. See you on my review of Twisted Metal 2 for the PlayStation. Take care, everybody.